Welcome back to another episode of the DNC Reviews podcast. I'm Arjun, as you know. We also have Ronan and Seung with us here today. And today we are going to continue our run of doing critically acclaimed album reviews, some throwbacks. Today it's all about Travis Scott's 2018 release, ASTROWORLD.
Was off the Remy, had up at Post. Had to hit my old town to duck the news.
Alright, I'll go first. My favorite track on the album was probably R.I.P. Screw or Skeletons, and my least favorite track would probably be Carousel.
Can I ask why?
I don't know, I just can't really bump to that song, to be honest. The structure is weird to me.
It's fair.
That's just my opinion.
For me, my favorite song has to be Can't Say. It's just a banger. Carousel and Stargazing. Just the whole first listen experience of Astroworld was just so nice. I remember I was in London. Like, you know how we're really up to date with album drops now, but then like back in the day, albums would just drop and we'd be like, oh, I guess it's out now, and then we just listen to it. That was the first time when I was like on Twitter and everyone was like, oh, like I think Travis Scott's gonna drop tonight, and then he does. And then Academics is live streaming, and I go on his live stream, and everyone's just like listening to it, and it's just such a vibe. And listening to Stargazing in that first time, like when the beat drops on Stargazing in the beginning and when it changes at the end, it's just a crazy song, crazy experience. My least favorite song is probably Who What.
Oh, changed my mind. I'm actually gonna say Who What is my least favorite song. That song should be in like a Migos album, not this one.
Bro, why didn't they put Watch with Uzi and Kanye instead of Who What?
It's because of Drake and Sicko Mode. And Drake and Kanye had like mad beef.
My favorite was also R.I.P. Screw and Stargazing. Like, I was looking at the ACL festival yesterday, and you look at the live performance of Stargazing. It's amazing, like the energy and all that. And my least favorite is also Who What.
The thing about Astroworld though is it dropped in August 2018, and then I went to the Astroworld tour when he went to New York City, when he went to Madison Square, and it was like right when it dropped, like right in the beginning, so there was like a lot of hype, and then it was just such a crazy experience just to see it performed live. And he put so much thought into like the set with like the roller coaster and like the lights and the pyrotechnics and everything. And the album's just a whole ass trip. Like, you can tell that he spent a lot of time working on it. Listening to this for the first time, you could compare it to listening to Eternal Atake for the first time. On Sicko Mode, you hear Drake and you're like, nah, you know? And then you hear Frank Ocean on Carousel and you're like, nah. It's such a complete album. The production is so expensive and rich. It's really, really high quality. Like, this is really high quality music.
When I heard this album, I was on a school trip and we were actually at a theme park, and it was pretty cool. I was bummed into that. Yeah. Well, the entire album is pretty much a trip. Like, when you bump into like R.I.P. Screw and Skeletons, it's like you're in a trance and you're just kind of zoning out in a way. And like time is kind of ticking, it kind of slow and stuff. But then you got bangers like No Bystanders, Shout Out My Tea,
Hey.
and like stuff that you could bump to.
And then you got Coffee Bean at the end.
Yeah, I think Coffee Bean's really
love the
underrated.
Hosong put me on the Coffee Bean. I thought the
really?
Coffee Bean was shit, and I didn't listen to it. And Hosong, like in 8th grade, he's like, yo, listen to Coffee Bean. I was like, bet. So underrated.
I think that time I was like playing football matches, so like I needed something to like hype myself up. So when this album dropped, just like Stargazing, I always listen to that song to like just to get myself hyped up. And yeah, even like Coffee Beans, I didn't know there was gonna be like such chill songs in the album.
I feel like Coffee Bean is like that car ride home from after the amusement park, you feel me? I don't know.
What more is there to say, you know? It's just a great album, great vibes. It was well put together. You could cut Who, What, and Butterfly Effect though. I remember when Watch dropped, which was in 8th grade. I was in science with Seung when that dropped, and we listened to it for the first time. And Uzi has the first verse on that. He like did his thing. He's like, that's a small face, this is a big face, all that. All of a sudden, Travis Scott vocals come in. I remember just me and Seung just getting so hyped because we haven't heard Travis Scott in so long, and he finally comes in and he's like, look at your rollie, look at my rollie. Like, just this album, it's just so, it's a classic. I think it's a classic. I think that exceeds expectations. The features are amazing. There's not one flat feature if you don't include Nav. All of a sudden Nav comes on. I'm like, dude, get off. Like, he's always like tagging along with all these people. I hate it so much. I mean, no disrespect to a fellow brown person, but still, man.
I definitely enjoy the album, and in terms of like bumping to the songs on the album, I'll give it like a 10 out of 10. But like, I think the entire album, like if we compare this album to like other 9s we gave to like other albums, this album kind of lacks meaning and message on some of the tracks, and I don't know, I think that's that last touch, that last point that it's lacking to me. I guess I'll just give my ratings right now, but I'm gonna give ASTROWORLD a 9 out of 10. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Okay, change my mind. 8.5.
Wait, how does that not make sense?
No, because I was just talking about how like the ASTROWORLD is not like the 9s we've talked about, and the difference between the 9s and the ASTROWORLDs, right? And ASTROWORLD. So then I was like, but then I just gave it a 9, which says that, which I'm saying that like they're the same. But I just literally said that they're not the same. So I'm giving it an 8.5. My bad, guys.
Safe. All right, safe. No, that's safe. For me, I mean, I already told you guys about this. The production is great, the features are great. I told you about my criticisms. I don't really want to repeat myself, but knowing that I gave Igor a 7.5, which I mean, I kind of wish I could change, but it's sort of, it's in the past. Like, now I'm like considering all of my ratings. Like, yeah, ASTROWORLD, it's great. If you want to listen to it, or if you're curious and you haven't listened to it, I highly recommend that you do. Travis Scott is the biggest artist in the world, period. And this is his latest release, his latest album, if you don't include Jack Boys. Rating out of 10, I give this an 8.
So I really enjoyed the production, the featurings, and I still listen to some of them, like just to get myself hyped up. And although there were 17 tracks, I felt like it was all like really good. I enjoyed most of them, and I feel like it should have been awarded the best rap album.
Facts. We got to talk about that.
Yeah,
Cardi B, invasion of privacy.
Oh my god. Cardi B, are you kidding me?
Guys,
name me one, like, not even good or bad song. Name me one song on the album right now.
Wow.
Bodak Yellow, the I Like It Like That.
What, bro? What?
The Bodak Yellow. Yeah, I mean, it's terrible. All right, let's go back to Seung's review.
Seung, what's the score, man? What's the score?
With that in mind, I'll give a 8.5 out of 10.
Let's go. Alright, man. I gotta tell to the audience. I gotta tell you guys.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Like, Arjun and Seung sometimes make fun of me because like I like to give it. It's like, album was great. The production was amazing. The message was amazing. With that in mind, I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
Bro, like, we just got different ways of reviewing stuff. Like, just because I say that Yeezus is a 9.5, and let's say that we review Sheck West Mudboy, and I say that Mudboy is a 9.5, that doesn't mean that they're the same level. I'm just saying that on, like, for what it is, it's great. Seung gave ASTROWORLD an 8.5, and I think he gave Juice WRLD's album an 8.5. Does he think that they are the same? Obviously not, because they're different albums. But for what they are, he would rate them the same, like within that genre and based on the competition in that genre. If that makes sense. Well, it's been fun. We went off on a little tangent about Cardi B.
Is this the same news? Well, no, I was just talking.
Go ahead, man.
Go ahead. So DNC been active about. We started around May or June, I think. So it's been about 3-4 months. But we're hoping to get 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So it'd be very kind if you could please share this video and hit that subscribe button, I guess.
We got asked to write for this magazine, and we'll be explaining we'll be explaining about
or something.
our extracurricular things, well, DNC reviews. It's great.
Yeah, so it's really exciting. We're making moves. We're making big money moves.
This is what we do in our free time. Like, in our free time, like, all we're doing is literally recording what we do in the free time. Just talk about music and reviewing it.
Exactly.
Sharing what's good,
So,
what's
yeah.
not good.
That concludes our Travis Scott ASTROWORLD review, his album from 2018, and we also talked about Cardi B robbing him at the Grammys. So yeah, Travis Scott ASTROWORLD album review. It is now over. Bye. Running by myself, ain't no looking back. Checking on my health, no I'm good at that. Running up a check, no I'm good at that. Aiming at